Well, you've listened to their music on this show. You've probably seen them in performance, certainly around the Albuquerque area. But the next chapter is about to be written by the group who are with us right now, Merican Slang. Yeah. Livin in Merica is the debut full-length CD, and the group is rolling out a bunch of projects. And I've heard about you, and the pedigree that this band comes from goes back a long way. But this is our first chance to meet the quartet, who are Dave Pankush,
that's me.
James Haynes,
yeah, that's me.
Ricardo Sanchez,
hello,
and Romeo Lanzo.
Hi, thanks for having us.
And we also have Monica Sanchez performing as the fifth Beatle of the band. Okay, so this is a funk band. This is an American funk band, but you, as musicians, you come into it through roundabout and different ways. So let's go back to Highland High School and the marching band at Highland High School.
Go Hornets!
Yeah. Hornets.
Yeah, just a few short weeks ago, I suppose.
Yeah. Just graduated about 8 years ago.
That's right.
Yeah, me and Romeo marched in the Highland High School marching band under the direction of John Sanks. And John Sanks is a heck of a player and a great guy. And as it turns out, he was also a player in a bunch of bands that my father was in. He played the trombone. My father played saxophone, Peter Pankush. So I come from that route, and then I met Romeo there, who was our drum major and our just all-around buddy, and we've been buddies for the last bunch of years. And Romeo kind of got away from music for a little bit, and I was always chugging along with it. And then this band that I kind of came to, I was like, man, I could really use a horn player. And Romeo picked the thing back up and jumped right back to it, and here we go. Man.
You mean Romeo? You're mainly on sax, I think, in the performance and on the record.
Yeah, and I do a little background vocals. I've been pushed to do a little bit more of that by our music director. Dave.
So you just dug out the saxophone and said, "Here we go."
Yeah, I got one on eBay for I swooped in and got one for $100. It smelled like a storage unit and tasted like one a little bit too.
Yeah, I know that smell those very old sort of sewage at the bottom of the bell.
Yeah, there was a lot of that going on, but it was fun. And I just happened to get this old horn, and I was trying to learn the classics again, like scales, and these guys invited me to jam. Rest is history.
Funky horn.
Yeah, it's funk. How are you supposed to play the horn funky if it ain't funky?
True enough. But when it comes to where you come from as musicians, at least where you cut your teeth previous to Merican Slang, it is not in the world of funk music, right? So there's a lot of blues playing and in your backgrounds. What made you turn the corner? I mean, there are people who can just chug along with blues until they die, some of them, but it sounds like you made a conscious choice that this music for this band was going to be very different.
Well, I as a rhythm section player and as a bass player, I was getting a little bored of the blues. I had been playing the blues for a bunch of years, and I played in a bunch of other groups in various forms. But when me and Ricardo went and saw that Dap King show with man, that was I was sold, man. Mrs. Jones sold me, and
Sharon Jones.
Yeah, man. I just
Sharon Jones.
I thought, hey, man, how much fun can you possibly have playing music? It's way more fun than a marching band even, and I just had to get in on that. So the funk it sounded like a good idea, and we brainstormed who's the funkiest guitar player we could think of, and James's name got kicked around, and he showed up, and it got funky. Yeah. So funk is it's another form of music, and I have a lot of fun. It's fun for me. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Now, James, where does your pedigree come from?
Well, I've been playing for many years. I'd say probably Chicago's where I cut my teeth the most, and learned most of my guitar work. So I moved back out here maybe 9-10 years ago again. So collectively, I've lived here a lot. I've just moved. So.
And in terms of stylistically, funk guitar and all those, I mean, all of the language, chicken scratch. Some of us thought chicken scratch referred to music in Arizona, but to funk people, it's something else entirely. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a different way to play guitar for sure. You're not hitting the chords the same. So.
Now so this was just. I mean, because you're all professionals. You've all been around the block. You've probably had successes and disappointments. What gave you the confidence just to say, okay, we as a group are just going to change course? We saw this show in Santa Fe, saw this amazing band. That sounds like something a 16-year-old would do, and you're not 16. So what did the power of the funk do to your soul? I guess is what I'm asking.
Honestly, I can say this, that I have 3 of my best friends that I've ever come across in all the years that I've been doing anything with anybody. And I have these 3 guys that I feel like I can go ahead and just do just about anything with, and they'll support me, and I can support them in their decisions. And the funk is awesome that we get to play the funk, but part of it is just that knowing that I have 3 dudes that I can count on to be there with me through the trials and tribulations of this whole music venture. So the music, some, because I love that was fun, but knowing that I had these guys here is probably why I would just make such a rash decision like that.
But you also made the decision that you weren't going to just cover classics. I mean, I think funk and blues both have that sort of risk that you're going to get stuck doing that. So how early on did you say, okay, well, this is going to be almost all of it is going to be original music?
Moment one, yeah.
Yeah. It's American funk too. I mean, we're definitely taking a lot of inspiration from many different bands, but we're definitely bringing our own version of the funk if that we can, for sure.
In this is a group that at least I've been seeing you on bills for a year. The album came out in July, right? And so how long was the album in the making?
Like a while.
Yeah,
18 months, 2 years, something like that. Yeah, we worked on it for a while.
Okay, and then the album comes out, and now you couple that with, you're very vigorous when it comes to making videos and making sort of impromptu videos. Can you tell me about how that works? Because this is where we can see you if you're not in a venue in the cold weather, we can see you online really easily.
We use an app called AireLive, and basically it's a way for us to broadcast our shows live at any time on the web through the AireLive app. And so we've been making a lot of those videos. We also have I think we have 3 music videos that we did. 2 of them were from a live show, and the other one we actually did here at UNM at the Experimental Theater. That video is called Funkbot.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that, and that's one of the songs.
Yes, sir.
It's one of the songs that we've played is Funkbot.
But we do, I was just going to say, we do make a lot of videos, whether it's live or if it's something that we work on, not live.
Mm-hmm. Is the AireLive, what is AireLive, and if you're filming a live show, are you bringing multiple cameras, or is it?
It's pretty much going to be through like a single device. So we will have different people, because we'll have different people filming on their own account, because anybody can have an account. And there's actually a lot to the app, more than just recording live performances just for personal use. You can have group chats and stuff like that. But it's really good quality video, and they're great people that we met out in California. So we're in their global contest. And it's basically, we get a phone going or an iPad. We're on it right now, and we start filming, whether I'm by a fireplace inside or he's with some kids singing Christmas songs. It's American reality TV. It really is, and you never know when we're going to do it. So it's exciting to stay tuned for it.
Now, what is the story with this contest that you're involved in?
It's an internet popularity contest, and if the winner, it's based on how many likes per video we get. Well, if we put out more videos, we get more likes, and if we have more people liking our videos, we get more likes. We are currently placed second in this little worldwide competition, which is kind of cool. And first place seems a little unattainable at this point in time, but hey, here we are on the radio peddling the thing.
Yeah, and what's cool about it is a free app too. You just go there, or you could do it online. Your choice. We choose an app; it's easier, and we're actually experimenting with the technology because it's kind of new. It's in the vein of Periscope on Twitter, live broadcasting. So yeah, Jamie was saying we only use one device, but right now we only use one device.
Yeah.
We've tossed around ideas of adding some production quality to it rather than just a live show, which is pretty cool in itself with the light and the music and the stage presences.
Is that happening in real time? I mean, if you're playing at 10 on a Saturday, it's up there at 10
right.
on a Saturday?
It's instant live.
Yeah, it's instant.
And it's free.
From what I
the best part.
understand,
And we have 4 viewers on a Thursday afternoon,
Right.
days before this even.
We're not even aired yet.
Now, okay, so now we're flipping it. We're going into this sort of time warp here.
Okay.
So let's come back to like physical space
Rapid.
and
Meet
where
the
people
band.
meet the band and where people can see American Slang. I thought that you had a very busy January coming up in terms of some big rooms and some real interesting people you're sharing the bill with. Can you give us a preview of at least some of those shows?
Yeah, we're doing we're playing with Spoon Fed Tribe, who hasn't played here in a while, and that'll be at Low Spirits on January 15th. And we'll be opening for them. So doors usually open about 8. Get the show going about 9. And then we're also playing in Jerome, Arizona at the Spirit Room on January 16th. So a little spirit tour.
Spirit tour, Low Spirits, Jerome, then some
So
Spirit Room,
How much later on in today's show we're going to talk to a band who's about to leave this place. But how much touring do you do outside of the state, and where does that factor into how you're going to make this thing grow?
We spent a whole month living in a van together on the beach in California, gigging and busking every day. We go to Texas, Colorado. We've had Colorado tours, Arizona, Vegas, Boulder City in Nevada.
How does a funk band busk?
Oh, we get a guitarron. We get
New Mexico style.
New Mexico style. Yeah,
There's some videos.
If you
of
get
it,
on
actually.
AireLive, you can see us on the Santa Monica Pier. Getting down.
Full drum
Venice
kit.
Beach, yeah.
Yeah, man, we'll get down. Yeah, it's good.
Now we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but Mardi Gras is really coming into view, like in just a couple of weeks, and you're going to be part of it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, funk and Mardi Gras, I think they go hand in hand.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But you're not going to New Orleans. You're doing it home style.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it back to Albuquerque.
Oh, yeah.
Concepto Tambor, which is a very well-known band out here, is putting on a great show, and they invited us and Mondo Vibrations as well. So it'll be Fat Tuesday, February 9th at the Launchpad. And that's guaranteed to be a definite party. So.
Yeah, Mondo.
Party.
All right, once more, my thanks to American Slang for coming by, talking to us about this new record you're hearing in the background, Livin in Merica. David Pankush, James Haynes, Ricardo Sanchez, Romeo Alonso, and Monica Sanchez performing as the Fifth Beatle, running the camera. You think you're the first people to hear this interview? Oh no. It went out live as we were talking, right off of Monica's phone and onto the AireLive app. There you go. Low Spirits on Friday. They will open for Spoon Fed Tribe, as James had said. It's a group that's very well known here but hasn't been back in a long time. Word is their reputation for a spellbinding, visually and audiophonically live show is well deserved and is expanding. So that's Low Spirits, American Slang opening for Spoon Fed Tribe on Friday the 15th, and then Launchpad on the 9th of February will be home to that especially funky Mardi Gras set.